This year on eNCA, millions of people have gone to vote in today's municipal elections in Limpopo. Officials were worried about a lower voter turnout from the youth. The province has also been battling corruption and severe service delivery issues. Our reporter Heidi Giokos joins me now from Polokwane for more on this. Heidi, very good evening. Speak to us about what happened with the presiding officer at a voting station outside Polokwane.
Yes, so we do understand that the IEC has reported back to the fact that a presiding officer about 50 kilometers out of Polokwane in a village seems to have listened to a voter who indicated that they would that they made a mistake on their voter ballot and they need to have the ballot box opened up so that they can change their vote and re-vote, basically. And it seems as though that the presiding officer was in agreement with this and then decided to open up the ballot box. This, of course, was not what he was supposed to do. We do understand that other IEC officials immediately were notified about this matter, and this is when that ballot box was taken to the side and what the IEC calls quarantine it. It seems as though also that the IEC is indicating that party agents were in agreement to opening up that ballot box, and the presiding officer at that voting station was fired with immediate effect. This is completely illegal. You cannot be opening up ballot boxes or listening to voters when they tell you they've made a mistake and the ballot box needs to be opened up. So the IEC has dealt with that matter as swiftly as possible. However, Tony, there is concern that when such a thing occurs at one voting station and you have IEC officials that are honest and truthful enough to report this matter, what is happening at other voting stations? So, of course, the IEC has a lot to answer to when it comes to the honesty of presiding officers and IEC officials overseeing such matters. But let's listen to the operations manager here at the IEC Results Operating Centre in Polokwane.
We can confirm that indeed this matter has been reported to us. We've been handling this matter, which involves one of our presiding officers deciding, together with all political parties that were there, to open our ballot box in order to assist a voter who allegedly indicated that they voted wrongly. The position of the Commission there is that it does not matter whether or not all party agents agree to that procedure. The procedure was incorrect in law, and some measures had to be taken to remedy the situation. And what was done in that instance excuse me, was to immediately quarantine the box to ensure the integrity of that box. And also, upon taking some statements from key stakeholders who were there, excuse me, including all the political parties, the Commission has had to unfortunately terminate with immediate effect the services of that presiding officer, simply because the procedures were not followed. So that's how we handled the matter.
So Heidi, how about voter turnout in Limpopo? How was it looking so far? How was it during the day? Were there snaking queues, or did people not vote this time around?
It seems as though people did come out to vote, Tony, but not as expected. We do know that as of about 7:15 this evening, when the IEC here in Polokwane briefed the media, there was a 24% voter turnout as of 5 p.m. when the IEC had tallied those votes that had already taken place. We do know that in Limpopo, 2.5 million people had registered to vote, but as of 5 p.m., just over 630,000 had casted their votes. It seems as though overall, Tony, there seems to be quite a low voter turnout. when we heard the IEC at the National Rock in Tshwane briefing earlier, they did indicate that it is a very low turnout, or it seems to be quite a low turnout nationally that we are experiencing today. So it seems as though they are quite worried about this, but everything will come together and there'll be a clearer picture as soon as those results come in and the IEC here in Polokwane will be able to brief. The camera is not showing you the results board, but it's completely blank at the moment, and we do know that votes might start trickling in after midnight for this province. So it will be interesting to see what happens, if any wards are lost to the ruling party, and if the economic freedom fighters win any wards, as we do understand that Julius Malema was out today in Tshego voting, indicating that he feels very confident about winning a number of wards in this province. So it will be interesting to see, but voter turnout overall at 24% as of 5 p.m. Today in the province, Tony.
Yep, that's a pretty low count. Heidi Giokos, thank you so much at the provincial rock there in Polokwane.